Morning Northwest Morning Spread is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
It is 6:53. Time to get you ready for your Thursday here in the Morning Sprint.
Olivia Roberts is following breaking news out of Southern California, and Keith Oso is in Indianapolis, where the Gonzaga Bulldogs are chasing history.
But first, to Mark Peterson with your April 1st forecast.
All right, good morning, everybody. No April Fools here. Your First Alert Weather and that app available in the App Store, and it's free. It's got great information. Day-to-day, hourly forecast, partly cloudy and warm today. Gusty southwest winds kicking up later on today, this afternoon, this evening. For Friday, it's going to be sunny, but still breezy. And then Easter's going to be cloudy and mild. Not looking too bad. We take a look at that western satellite and radar. If you're crossing over the Cascades, you're having great conditions in all of the mountain passes. But over the weekend, we'll start to see snow into Stevens Pass.
Today is the day to have those studded tires switched out in Washington, or you could face a fine. Washington state law says studded tires are illegal to use starting today. If you're caught with them, you could get a $136 fine. Idaho, you have until April 30th to remove studded tires.
This morning, its latest unemployment report shows another 719,000 people filed new claims last week. That's an increase of about 61,000 from the week before. Tomorrow morning, we'll get another look at how the economy has been impacted by the pandemic when the Labor Department releases the March jobs report.
Some breaking news overnight. We're learning more about the nation's third mass shooting in 3 weeks, this time in Southern California. 4 people are dead, including a child. 2 others hurt in the city of Orange. Police say they found the victims while responding to reports of gunshots at an office building. That's when they confronted an active shooter who was shot by an officer at the scene. We don't know the names or ages of the victims, and police are still working to figure out the relationship between the shooter and the victims. We should learn more when police give another update at 10 a.m.
Breaking news from Pfizer this morning. The ongoing phase 3 clinical trial of its COVID-19 vaccine confirms its protection lasts at least 6 months after the second dose. It's the first look at how long protection for a coronavirus vaccine lasts, and is longer than the 90 days of protection the best estimates had offered to date. It also appears to be fully effective against a newer, more contagious strain of the virus circulating in South Africa.
A critical step forward for Washington starting April 15th, 2 weeks from today. Anyone 16 or older in Washington can get the COVID-19 vaccine. Until then, the state has opened vaccine access today to people 16 and older with 2 underlying conditions, as well as everyone 60 and older. People living in congregate settings are now also eligible, and more critical workers like restaurant employees can get the shot.
Gonzaga Bulldogs are 2 wins away from history, trying to become the first undefeated national champion since 1976. Standing in their way, the UCLA Bruins, the 11th seed that played in the play-in game of the NCAA tournament, and have made it all the way to the Final Four. Certainly one of the top storylines of this Final Four. The number 1 storyline, of course, Gonzaga and the undefeated streak. We'll see if they can continue that coming up here Saturday live from Lucas Oil Stadium. That game will tip off at 5:30-ish sharp. We'll have you covered all week long right here.
It's opening day for Major League Baseball, and teams are getting ready to welcome fans back to the ballpark for the first time since the start of the pandemic. Each state has different attendance limits. The Texas Rangers causing controversy by allowing 100% capacity for next week's home opener. In Seattle, the Mariners welcome up to 9,000 fans per game at T-Mobile Park.
Your child could be going to a different school starting in 2022. For the first time in more than 40 years, Spokane Public Schools is proposing boundary changes. You could take part in public forums, which will be held on April 15th, 19th, and 22nd. You can see a map of the current and proposed boundaries inside this story on KXLY.com.
Some university high school students are helping make cleanup in the classroom a little less messy. Each classroom is stocked with cleaning supplies, but they're kind of all over the place and need organizing. That's where these cleanup organizers come in. A manufacturing class at University High designed these cleaning supply organizers in a week and have been hard at work making them for teachers at the school. Each one is crafted with a paper towel holder and space to hold a spray bottle and a container of disinfectant wipes. CTE instructor Tom Hoyland says some students can make one organizer in 3 days. For others, it can take a week, but it's all a part of the learning process, and students are getting to help their teachers out at the same time.
Good morning, America. Taking charge of your finances. Meet one couple who took out a big loan to start a family, and learn about their strategy for getting into and out of debt safely. That is just ahead on GMA. We're back with the final check of weather.